Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Addis Dialogue, where we're going to delve into one of the most transformative projects on the continent of Africa, the Grand Ethiopian RenaissanceDam. The GERD, more than just a power source, continues to be a symbol of unity, regional development, and diplomatic discourse. Today on the show, we have a special guest who brings deeper insights into some of the impacts of this colossal dam, from unifying Ethiopians to shaping the narratives when it comes to fair and equitable utilization of the Abai waters. Dr. Mohammad Hagos is chief engineer and one of the first key members of the NBI, that's the Nile Basin Initiative, and he is also senior hydrology expert. I'm your host, Shifa Raulag. Do stay with us. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's first off talk about the very essence of this colossal dam which Ethiopians have built. So what does the GERD really represent, and what can we learn from its deeper meanings?
Yeah, I think for me, the GERD is the most strategic project for Ethiopia that can really promote that Ethiopia as a nation can develop such kind of strategic project by itself with its own resources, provided when Ethiopians are united, determined, and committed. I think even for the future, big projects like the GERD can be developed by itself. So it's confidence building. This is the first time, by the way, this dam was built without external financial support. It's by the people. And there are also tremendous of technical and water resource management experience gained from this one. If it continues, then it will bring Ethiopia can be on the way to develop its own resources from the hydropower. This will tell us that if we are united, if Ethiopians are united, committed, they can do this kind of miracle jobs, like miracle works, like projects like the GERD.
How has the Grand Ethiopian RenaissanceDam brought Ethiopians together and served as a symbol of national unity?
Well, for me, this dam can produce tremendous amount of hydropower. Hydropower is a strategic input for socio-economic development as well as the industrial development of the country. That means this dam will contribute to alleviate the poverty and then facilitate it for industrial development, as I say, as well as socio-economic development. And this can create a hope for the country that with this kind of project, poverty will be minimized, eliminated, maybe minimized, and then the Ethiopians will be united, because this is the advantage of being united can result a good economic development through the dam. Yeah.
So it has, I think, galvanized Ethiopians into action from all walks of life.
I think so. Everybody, yeah. I mean, it becomes our identity, that we can do it now. We have a confidence. We can do big projects like this.
Yes.
Yeah. And if we are united, as you rightly said, if you are united and committed, then it gives us the confidence that we can do any project that helps the socio-economic development in Ethiopia.
Yes, yeah, interesting. So I think it's brought together Ethiopians from wherever they are, be it at home or overseas.
Oh, yes.
And it has created this strong unity irrespective of differences of any sort, right? What's your take on that?
Well, this one, for me, really, I was surprised when this dam starts to be constructed, every Ethiopian was committed, ready to subscribe, to contribute with the different capacities, according to your capacity. Buying and contributing with money, contributing with moral, supporting the idea, the idea itself. So that shows people can unite when there is a positive project, strategic projects like the dam. The dam, for me, has a significant importance for the socio-economic development of Ethiopia. This is the first type of dam in its scale that can expected to produce 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 megawatts of hydropower. This means, it can double the existing production of power. As you are aware, power is a strategic input for a better livelihood of people, as well as the demand of manufacturing and industrial sectors, as well as other socio-economic sectors.
Yes.
So, in general, it will have a tremendous contribution to improve the livelihood of Ethiopia, the economic situation of Ethiopia, and the expansion of manufacturing and the competitiveness when it comes to the Ethiopian side. Even that can extend to the regional area that we can discuss later.
It's going to be one of the most reliable source of electricity, not only for Ethiopians, but also for, yes, as you know, Ethiopia's stance is fair and equitable utilization of the Abai resources. In this regard, how can the GERD advocate fair as well as responsible use of the Nile waters or the Abai River among the Nile Basin countries?
Yeah, the GERD for me has tremendous contribution to improve the efficiency of the water resources. Say like Ethiopia is very much in comparative. Ethiopia has a comparative topographical comparative advantage. So there used to be a lot of water losses due to the evaporation when the water was stored downstream. But now, when huge water is stored in the Ethiopian highland, where we have a very ideal dam sites as well as low evaporation losses zone, with this, the water losses will be gained, and by producing hydropower to Ethiopia, to other neighboring countries can also be benefited, like regulated flow. Sudan used to be exposed for flood hazards. That would be minimized because the flow of Nile will be regulated by this dam, as well as the use of water downstream countries. Since there will be a constant regulated flow, they can use it for navigation and irrigation without necessarily storing there. That can create a loss. I think if downstream areas use the water resources in an efficient way, managing way, definitely there will be enough available water resource that needed for the different purposes in the downstream countries.
Yeah, that's a great insight. So they will have this regulated and reliable flow of water, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. One of course, you touched upon it. One of the big benefits of the Grand Ethiopian RenaissanceDam is poverty alleviation and improving the livelihoods of peoples, not only here, but across the entire Horn of Africa. In this regard, what are some of the benefits that you see the GERD will provide?
As you are aware, the comparative advantage of Ethiopia has topographically, there are a lot of dam sites. One of them is like the GERD. So Ethiopia can produce tremendous amount of hydropower, and then can make itself a power hub, where it can provide the neighboring Horn of African country reliable and accessible power. I think that can create it for the other neighboring countries or Horn of this region to have, as you rightly say, reliable and acceptable power, cheaper power. So this will help them, of course, development of their livelihood, as well as industrial developments.
Yes, interesting. As you know, Dr. Mohammad, some downstream countries are using the issues of the GERD as a catalyst or as a cover-up to deal with some of the issues that they face internally. In this regard, what steps or strategies do you expect that they might use in the future?
I don't know if they use this negatively. I think it's not acceptable, because this dam, if you see it from all sides, it will also contribute positively to the availability of water, to the alleviation of flood damages downstream, as well as regulated flow. This will be regulated by the GERD, and they don't need to build a dam anymore in downstream countries. So strategically, I think I dream to use more of a cooperative and trust strategy, trust with each other strategy, because there is no any benefit of conflicting or domination. These water resources, I mean the Nile water resources, is enough for all the riparian countries, provided it's managed properly. Like if you build the dams in the Ethiopian highland, then you have an advantage, topographic advantage, that the evaporation loss can be minimized compared to storing the water downstream. The flood, as I say, the flood damages will be reduced, and they will have also not fluctuating flow, but regulated flow. All these ones are very, very positive. And in general, the way I see it is that there is no any harm for the downstream countries, except a positive, except facilitation. And the strategy that they should follow is based on that, not based on the previously, don't touch the water, don't lose that kind of attitude. And I think they have to promote a strategy, trust each other, by using the Nile Basin platforms, the Nile Basin Initiative platforms, and maybe cooperative also with the water management and water utilization techniques.
Yes, sir.
This is what I am.
Yeah, interesting. So given the importance of the Grand Ethiopian RenaissanceDam to the entire region, how should the countries in the region cooperate for mutual benefit?
As I say, the GERD, take downstream countries. Because of GERD, definitely the flood damage will reduce. Like you have heard,
yes,
in Khartoum, every year when there is a high flood, there has been a flood damage. In the meantime, being stored Nile water in the GERD, so the evaporation losses will be minimized, and there will be huge water saving. I think we have studied. We present a paper a long time ago, before 20 years ago. What is the difference storing water in the Ethiopian highland, vice versa, in the downstream, like in Aswan, and the different water losses was almost 1 meter, one something meter. It's a huge water savings.
Okay.
So they will have adequate water. So the dam will contribute positively, as I said, even to the downstream countries. On the other hand, also, if you produce for 6,000 megawatt of hydropower in Ethiopia, then the neighboring countries, they can have access to a cheaper, reliable electrical power. So all these are very, very positive. If a trust is existing, a trust, especially between the downstream countries and Ethiopia.
Dr. Mohammad, Thank you so much for coming to our studio and for giving us this wonderful idea.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a powerful conversation on the powerful project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which continues to positively influence not only Ethiopia, but the entire region as a whole. Thank you so much for having been with us so far. Until I see you next time with yet another program, it's a goodbye from me, Shifarullah.